Hey YouTube, Brandon Ascari here from Ascari Digital's Content Creator Academy, where it is my goal to help you be the best and most successful freelancer that I know you can be. But first, let's take a look at the intro. And welcome back, everybody. First, before we get into our episode on mistakes that people are still making while filming in 2020, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you, your friends, and family can be the first person to see our videos when they air Monday and Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Give us a big thumbs up already if you haven't. Drop a comment down below and share the video all around the world. Now let's start talking about what are some of the mistakes people are still making in 2020 while creating a film. One of the biggest mistakes that I see people making currently is focusing too much on gear. You know, it's 2020. We have a lot of technology at our fingertips, and sometimes that creates a little bit of an opportunity on what should I be using. You know, oh, this new 4K camera came out. Ooh, this cell phone shoots in 8K now. Ooh, this does 240 frames per second. Ooh, this has really good ISO performance. Oh, this one has really good built-in preamps for the audio. And oh my God, there's a lot of stuff that you can get caught up on. And my biggest suggestion to you is don't get caught up on it, because the tool itself does not matter. It's the person who's using it. Are you creative enough to utilize whatever tool is available to you? Whether it be a 1080p camera, a 4K camera, a 6K, an 8K camera, whether it shoots, you know, RAW, whether it shoots H.264, whatever it is, being able to use it creatively is going to be better than just utilizing a tool because you saw a commercial for it and it looks awesome. Not knowing how to utilize those pieces of equipment are going to hurt you more than having a piece of equipment that you're comfortable with and you can get creative with. So my advice is don't focus too much on the specs. Don't focus on, well, what camera should I really be using? Focus on all the things that don't revolve around gear. Focus on how to utilize lighting to create a scene. Focus on learning what those color temperatures are and how you can set them and utilize different colors to create these cool effects. Focus on how to get the look in camera with whatever camera you're using, whether it's a cell phone or an RE, you know, Alexa Mini or something like that. So that way those will stay with you forever. Another year or two and that new thing that just came out is going to be old news and there's going to be something new. And we don't have the means and we don't really need to keep updating all the time to stay up with the latest and greatest trend on what's the hottest camera or microphone that's out there, when the knowledge of how to use it creatively will stay with us for a lifetime. The next tip I can give is really trying your hardest not to be lazy. I see laziness all the time and you'll hear, oh, I don't have enough time to do this. I've got too many things going on. I don't have enough time. I just can't do it. You know, there's not enough hours in the day. Let me tell you something. There's 168 hours in the week. That's a lot of hours. You sleep, let's say 8 hours a day. To me, that's generous. You know, I got a brand new puppy and wakes me up at 3 in the morning. I sleep a few hours a day, but here I am still making YouTube videos and happy to do it. So when you talk about not having enough time, first, realize how much time you actually have. 168 hours minus the 8 hours, well, you still got 100 plus hours a week that you could dedicate to your craft. Now I know you got to sleep and you got to go around here and you got to run errands and you got to go food shopping. You know, you got to do all this stuff. That's fine. There's still a heck of a lot of hours that you could spend focusing on what you want to do. And I have to say, in our current situation where we're staying at home, this has really shed a lot of light on that, where now everyone has enough time and there's no excuse to not be actively creating and or learning to better yourself for when you do have the opportunity to go back to creating. Now is really showing where time was never the issue. It was having that motivation was actually the issue. So I've noticed a lot of times, if you find yourself in a position where you're not as motivated as others, then either you need to light that fire under the bottom and start doing what, you should proactively be doing. Or maybe you're not as passionate about this as you thought you were. That's a very, very strong possibility. I've noticed people who are 120% passionate about what they want to do will do it no matter what. People who aren't 100% sure if this is what they want to do, then it gets a little harder. And I'm not saying that that's you by any means at all. I'm not saying that this tip is directed at you in any way, shape, or form. But for those of you that this does reach out to, think about that. And also think about, how can I motivate myself? Some people have schedules, and schedules work really well for people, and saying at 9:30 a.m. I'm going to do this, at 10:30 I'll do this, at 10:45 I'll be on this phone call, and at 1:15 I will be at this location. That does not work for me. Understanding yourself and how you perform best. I personally am a last minute person. So for me, I can't schedule too many things to be done on the same day, because I will wait until the last minute, the night before, the morning of, whatever. So if I had 5 things to do, impossible. Can't do it. Never get done. So I will break it up into, okay, this has to be done today. This has to be done tomorrow. This has to be done the next day. And that allows me to section everything off in a way where I could still perform optimally as the last minute person that I am, and achieve the results that I would want to achieve without being completely overwhelmed. Some people need that 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30 to-do list for the day, and other people perform best on other things. So being able to take a step back and self-reflect and see how you work best will be what helps you in the long term for overcoming laziness and a lack of motivation. I think it's safe to say that film is a collaborative art. In any shape or form, whether you're doing corporate, commercial, documentary, narrative, whatever it is, film is a collaborative art. And I've seen it so many times where I don't feel like people are true collaborators. I think the ones who stand out, the ones who make it the farthest in the industry, are the people who are willing to help everybody else out, to really bring that collaborative nature. Too many times I'm on set and I see people that are stuck in their little corner pulling focus, or stuck over here with their microphones and doing sound, or they just want to be camera and they don't want to talk to anybody else. And that doesn't foster creativity. That is not a healthy environment for really bringing forth the best possible result on film. And I think that's an area of opportunity that I personally have seen that many people need to work on in our industry, because to me, the best and the brightest are the ones who show up to set an hour early. Even if you're the cinematographer or the director, you're there early, you see the production assistants unloading the truck, hop up there, help them unload, say hi to everybody, be friendly, be open to suggestions from other people, whether you take it or not. Being willing to help out. Hey, I have some knowledge in sound. I'm the lighting person. You need me to help you set up the boom? Do you need me to move something around so you can get your mic in as close as possible? Things like that foster an amazing creative environment. Many people will tell you the opposite. But in my opinion, that's one of the best things that you could do, and a mistake that I see. Whether other people see it or not, I think it's something that people should do, because we should be working together to make the best possible projects that we can. My last tip is really geared towards directors, and this is a lack of wanting to learn all the other jobs on set. As a director, in my opinion, I think it's so important to know at least a working knowledge of every position on set. For me, I know how to record sound. I know how to light a scene. I know the camera settings. I know how to use various different cameras. I know all the aspects of production. I know pre-production. I know post-production. I know a lot of editing. I teach filmmaking. I do all of these things. And that knowledge allows me to effectively communicate with every department on set, so that way they can understand what I'm looking for, and I can articulate it to them in a way that's more understandable. If I go up to the camera person and I say, hey, I want a shot. Okay, what shot do you want, Director-san? Well, I don't know. I just want it to, have some blurry background, and I want this and that, and, make it look dramatic. Okay, that's not helping anybody. But if you could say, I'm looking for a shot with a shallow depth of field. I want the background blurred out a little bit. I'd like there to be some contrast in the image, so maybe we could try some high key lighting. We could kill the fill. We could just use a key and a backlight. I can give some scenarios and really articulate what I'm looking for, because I understand the art of cinematography. I could talk to the sound person and say, hey, I would like to mix lav and boom for this because I want to have the option in post. I could say to the gaffer, hey, I want to set up a grid and I want to have, you know, my key over here, my fill over here, my back over here, instead of just 3 lights, you know, in a triangle somewhere. Being able to articulate these things help you communicate more effectively and get your point across and to be more understood through every department on film. Whether you actually do the job or not is completely up to you and the film set that you're working on. But understanding that and taking the time to learn these different crafts will only make you a better and more successful director as time goes on. It's things like this that help make you the best possible person for any job that you could imagine. Whether you're working narrative, corporate, commercial, it doesn't matter. These are tips and tricks that will guide you for the rest of your career. So if you have any questions, as you know, my name is Brandon Ascari from Ascari Digital's Content Creator Academy. As always, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. You've been so great, giving us the big thumbs up whenever you get the chance. Comment down below and share the video with all your friends. But in the meantime, as you know, I see you every Monday and Wednesday at 5 p.m. And until then, I'll see you.